Behind home plate, we bringing it to them all day. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Win or lose, we bringing it to you always. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Orange or black, we rebuild the pack. No matter where we at, you know we coming back. Section 336, we on this, so tune in. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Yeah, welcome to Birdland. You know what's up? Welcome to Birdland. Now, here come the boys from Section 336.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Baltimore sports fans of all ages, welcome to Section 336, Next Generation of Baltimore Sports Talk. I am your endearingly stuttering host, Matt Soroka. As always, I'm joined by the button lever, Josh the Hook Soroka.
Hey, man, how's it going? You're caught up to date with my stabbing myself?
Well, I wasn't planning on listening to the Michael Mara show yet, but the headline... It's a show description, Josh in the emergency room.
Yes.
Intrigued me enough that I skipped over to listen to the part of what happened to you
where I got
in
hooked.
the emergency room. Where you got hooked.
Yes.
Literally hooked, yeah.
Yes. I was picking up fishing rods in the garage and had one of the big hooks go into my finger. And modern hooks all have the barbs in it, so the fish can't get away. So you cannot just pull it out of your finger. I tried. It hurt horribly bad. I then went to the emergency room where they had to cut it out and then cut it apart, the lure apart, so they could get to the hook. Then cut the hook off of it, and then slice my finger to pull the hook out the other side. So nothing fun.
Yeah, my kids aren't getting any fishing poles anytime soon.
No.
I'm glad that's not a hobby I've ever gotten into. And it's too dangerous for me, as you're pointing out.
Yeah. You can't handle cutting the grass without getting poison ivy. I'd stay away from hooks if I were you.
Hey, I saw what. So what happened? You have stitches, or butterfly, or just tape it up, or sometimes they do glue. Did they glue it up?
Nothing.
Okay.
Let's see. You can see it. Just a Band-Aid. It was wrapped.
Oh, that little boo boo. Oh,
yeah,
like a paper cut.
Yeah, it still hurts. It was a much bigger bandage until today. I was allowed to switch it to a Band-Aid.
That's a typing finger right there, too.
Oh, even worse, it's the Touch ID finger for like unlocking my computer. So I have to now, I'm one of those idiots that has a long password because I never actually type it in. And now I have to type it in.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer there.
Every time I have to get onto my computer, I now have to type, please come back, Peter Angelos 2024. Every time.
My last time to the ER was with the poison ivy. When Dietrich Enns was announced, he's on the IL with a foot infection, and my immediately mind went to that's what I had. I had poison ivy and I got infected. Maybe he has a bad case of poison ivy in his foot.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Manager Albee said it looked gnarly. My foot looked gnarly too when I had poison ivy. I think it could have been it, or he stepped on a fish hook. Those are both possibilities.
It could be.
There's no details.
It could be. There are no details.
Yeah.
I guess an infectious foot that is gnarly could easily be poison ivy. You are correct. I just don't know how he would run into poison ivy on his foot.
Maybe he's just doing some yard work. Wow. It worked. I mean, I guess people were debating how they would shuffle the roster, but then I feel like we've had Albert Suarez since Zach Eflin. We'll get to Zach Eflin, but as he went down, we had Albert Suarez come up, and then we had Cade Povich come up, and now we have our third pitcher. I mean, we're just already running through some pitchers here to start the season. Now we got Brandon Young up here.
Yeah, who had Brandon Young starting in the second week of Orioles baseball?
Yeah. It was inevitable that he would start multiple games this year, but not the second week. I thought we'd get a few weeks in. I thought we'd get to May, maybe.
I did not. Oh, there's something about, though, like Eflin being hurt, and then we saw Hayes getting hurt today. There's something about the same guys tend to always get hurt. And now it's like, I'm just waiting for O'Neill. O'Neill's going to be hurt any day now. I can't believe
Yeah.
he's still in there.
Yeah, at some point, whether it's just your body's kind of is not as strong or the way you play or something. I mean, but we see it all the time. I mean, right now we're just living it with Kerstead, and to a lesser extent, but still true, Jordan Westberg. Westy gets hurt seemingly
100%.
every season now. So, and it seems like some guys stay healthy year in and year out, and some guys just get hurt every year. And so you're right. The O'Neal is a ticking time bomb, and hopefully. I mean, and it was just, I guess we can start with Eflin. It was just unfortunate because A, his stuff looked really good.
He did.
For the 4 innings that was in there. And B, I remember all the offseason talk was, and all the spring training talk was,
healthier than ever.
Healthier than ever.
Yes.
He's like felt better than he has in years, and had this back surgery, in 4 innings. And hurt. You feel bad for Zach Eflin. And there's really no word right yet, Josh. Where the injury?
Right. It was right elbow discomfort, but I think the bigger news was yesterday when it came out that he is going to Texas for a second opinion.
Right.
Which means the first opinion had to be pretty bad.
Yeah, he didn't like the first opinion.
Exactly.
The first opinion was not you're okay. The first opinion was bad news.
Had to be at least 60-day, if not more. Yes.
Yeah. But either way, whenever we're talking about elbow plus second opinions,
yes,
it's not going to be good.
It's not going to be.
There's no happy ending here.
And 3 weeks ago, we talked about how we have a depth of starting pitching, and now it's like, well, where are we? What happened?
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel pretty good about the starting pitching still. The whole idea that a pitcher could get hurt and there's just pick your guy, whoever is rested or whoever's turn it is, because I feel about a similar level of confidence with Cade Povich or with Dean Kramer or with Brandon Young. And I think just time-wise, there's Brandon Young's turn, so he got the start.
Well,
any of these guys, I feel pretty equal with their.
The guy I'm most excited to see is Trey Gibson.
Oh, Trey Gibson too, yeah, sure.
He's the guy who on there because we haven't seen it up at the big league level yet. I still hold out hope that it's even better than those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel good about the depth, and I didn't want to use the depth as early as we have, but I feel okay about it.
I do too with the starting pitching, and I mean we're jumping straight into this. It's all right. We're game 10 is going on while we're doing this, so we are 3-6 at the moment. And what's been interesting about the 3-6 loss is we have seen starting pitching blow the game, we have seen the bullpen blow the game, we have seen the bats go completely cold, and we've seen defense cost us games. All across the board, we've lost these games by every part of baseball.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, from being late to covering first base with Jeremiah Jackson to like being picked off at first with Kobe Mayo, who doesn't steal any bases. It's like he didn't know what to do. He never gets on base, so he was confused what to do when he got to first base and got picked off. So it's like fundamental stuff too. Yeah, it's not one thing. It's been different.
Saturday night, what's the chance of 2 balls in the bottom of the 9th to be hit over Dylan Beaver's head?
Yeah.
Like that. Like, what's the chance of that?
Yeah. So it's I don't know, Josh. The 3-6 start, if you just look at it on paper, it's disappointing. There's no way to get around it. Getting swept by the Pirates. It's not like we're going against the juggernauts of the league, right?
No, it's a soft start.
It's a soft start schedule-wise. And so you would think, oh, this is a good opportunity to get off to a hot start. But the opposite has been true. Yet, with that said, I don't want to be all Pollyanna here, but there's some things I really like about this team.
And that's the thing is, this is not going to be we're throwing a fit because this team is going to crap the bed again. I've seen plenty of things that excite me about this team, that think that no matter what, this team is always in the game. Even with this, I never felt like we were blown out of many games of these 6 losses. And I see the bats starting to come alive. I see bright spots in the bullpen. I've seen Trevor Rogers seems to be doing it again. Yeah. That's exciting in the rotation. So I'm not going to Orioles Twitter, Orioles Facebook, they can melt down and want to rebuild. And that's because that is filled with a bunch of people who have never seen this before, who just expect that you sign Pete Alonso and you win baseball games. They haven't been through 162 games. 9 games is nothing to panic over. And I believe last year, do you know where Craig Albanese was with the Cleveland Guardians last year?
Sure, yeah.
Do you know what their record was after 9 games?
Well, they had their remarkable comeback last year, so I don't know what the record was after 9 games.
3-6.
Yeah.
And their season was perfectly fine.
Oh, I like this. So we sometimes talk about players being slow starters. This is the manager's a slow starter.
The manager's a slow starter. Don't worry. Yeah. No, it's just tell me, and I know we've talked about it before with other teams like the Nationals and stuff, where it's like you can't judge his team based on 9 games.
Yeah.
Anything
There's always
can still happen.
With 9 games, I like looking at the standings. There's always quirky things. Like, for example, do you know how many teams in the American League are over 500 out of the 15 teams in the American League?
Over 500?
Yeah.
15 teams?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's been some inter-division play or inter-league play. So I'm going to go with 13.
No, there's 3. 3 teams over 500.
There's only 3 teams over 500?
The Yankees, the Guardians, and the Astros. That's the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the Blue Jays are under 500. The Rays are at 500. The Red Sox have only won 2 games. I remember everyone talking about the AL East is going. Every team in the AL East is going to win 100 games. Yeah. Right now, the Yankees are the only team over 500.
I know. The Red Sox have 2 wins. Yeah. So it's like as bad as I think for the Orioles are right now. I see plenty of bright hope and future and all right.
Well, let's get some specifics.
All right.
Let's get some specifics. What have you seen from this Orioles squad that you've been encouraged and hopeful about? And then we can talk about the other one. Like, what are there things here in 10 games that has you concerned if they continue that this could spell ugliness?
I'll talk about the offense. The offense.
Let's talk about the offense first.
All right. Negatives, they've got a lot of strikeouts on some of these games. But the positives are they don't have a lot of home runs right now. And those normally come later in the season once things warm up. And what the Orioles are doing is manufacturing runs. They're still getting around the bases. They're getting men on. They're knocking people in with runners in scoring position. They're doing those type of things, which they have failed at for years and years and years. The risk numbers for the Orioles used to be horrible. It's not horrible right now.
Yeah. Specifically, I think one of the reasons we are generating some runs without the home runs is Taylor Ward. For me, he has been a huge bright spot.
Huge, yes.
At the leadoff spot, he seems to get on base all the time, both with walks and hits. So that's been really encouraging.
A 342 batting average right now.
Yeah, and he's got a bunch of walks. So I'm sure he's over 400 on base percentage, and that's what you want from a leadoff guy. So he's my leadoff guy. Even when Holiday comes back, he's my leadoff guy.
His OPS is 896.
Yeah, that's good.
So an excellent job at the leadoff position.
Yeah, so that's been really encouraging.
Yeah.
The other for me though, just almost like, is this too good to be true? But like, this gets me so excited. Is
it Blaze?
No, though Blaze has been actually a pleasant surprise for me.
Blaze has been a fun surprise.
Has made that play he made the other day at third base.
Yeah, Machado-ish.
It's just incredible. It was just incredible. And but no, the play of Adley Rutschman offensively. Rutschman offensively.
Yes. Adley's having a great start.
He looks so good, Josh. He looks so good he's hitting the ball hard and also
plate discipline.
Yes, Josh. How about this? You talked about the strikeouts so far in this season. In 22 at bats, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. Just 2 strikeouts.
That's
the
crazy.
The only person on the team, the whole roster, who has 2 strikeouts or fewer is Ryan Mountcastle. Yeah, and he's only had like 5 at bats.
Yeah, I think it's today his first start in a game.
I think it's the second one. Yeah. So Adley Rutschman, whenever you have more walks and strikeouts, you're doing something right. So Adley's off to a great start, hitting the ball hard.
Has had 22. Adley has had 22 at bats. Ryan has had 7 at bats. So 3 times the plate appearances for the same.
Yeah. And now Adley has 4 doubles. He's hitting the ball hard. So I'm so pumped about what I'm seeing from Adley.
Are you concerned that the power guys are leading in strikeouts. That Alonso and Henderson and Basalo are up there in strikeouts with 13 and 11.
Yeah, I mean, this is. Did you mention Gunnar Henderson as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
13 strikeouts, but he hit his third home run tonight.
yeah,
And he's leading the team in RBIs, which means he's getting hits when guys are on base.
yeah. So I think, I mean, this offense, the thing holding this offense back right now, I think, is Gunnar and Alonso. Like, they haven't gotten going yet.
Right.
And it's hard when you're the middle of your 2-3 guys haven't gotten going yet. And so Pete Alonso, I think, is famous for slow starts. So I'm confident that both Gunnar and Pete will get better. And when they get better, I think this offense will really start to roll. And so I'm not concerned. I mean, Pete Alonso has too long of a track record. He's gonna hit a bunch of home runs. I know he only has one so far, and he has a lot of strikeouts, but he's gonna start hitting.
With as well as he is hitting, Rutschman.
Yeah.
Would you, if you were Craig, would you swap him and Pete and put Pete behind him? Because you put Peter behind him, even with Pete struggling, that's even better pitches coming to Adley. Because you don't want to fade Pete.
I guess, but Adley seems to be doing just fine in the
He's doing fine.
And if Adley continues to hit well, hopefully Pete will start getting some more pitches to hit.
It's true.
And he can take advantage. So, no, I like the lineup construction. I like the top 4 or 5 we got rolling on. So I'm really encouraged.
Generally as well. And I like that. And I'm encouraged that the back end of the lineup has not just been a dead area, that those guys are getting on base too. That we've had so many years of baseball where once you get past the 6th batter, it's like, oh, Mateo's not going to do anything. Urias probably isn't going to do anything. And whoever else we have in there.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's been a bit of a mixed bag, I feel like. Colton Cowser, Kobe Mayo.
Yeah, they're both struggling.
Has also struggled. So, but then you've had guys like Blaze Alexander, who's really stepped up. Leody Taveras in his kind of short spots, he's really played well. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag. I am concerned. The 2 players who concern me the most, where I worry is this like going to be an all-year thing, is Kobe Mayo and Colton Cowser. I'm worried about them offensively, if they can turn this thing around.
Yeah, because they're at 182 and 211 currently, batting average. And what's interesting is both those guys looked good in Sarasota. So we saw them like spring training. It was something to get excited of. Oh, these guys are looking okay. And now not so much. So hopefully they can settle down.
I can't figure out Kobe Mayo to save my life. He looked great at the end of last year and looked great in spring training offensively. Yes. And I was coming here waving the red flags, defense. The first game of the season, he made like 2 amazing defensive plays at opening day.
That first series, he made a few, Yeah,
and his defense has been okay. He's made a couple bad plays, but for the most part,
been fine.
He's been better defensively, but worse offensively. It's like he switched bodies or something. Like I thought, okay, we can put up with the bad defense for the good offense, but now we're putting up with the bad offense for okay defense.
Right.
But Josh, when Blaze Alexander plays third base, it's a pretty significant upgrade over Kobe Mayo.
It is.
So Kobe Mayo needs to make up for that
at the plate.
Good offense.
Yes.
And I'm worried that when Jackson Holiday returns, which will be soon, that if Kobe Mayo is not producing offensively, it makes sense that Blaze becomes almost the everyday third baseman, right? And with Jackson at second.
Maybe if Blaze can perform offensively and be okay.
As of so far, he's played really well.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because I thought Jackson Holiday might come up today. I thought they might have sent him to Chicago. But clearly they're going to wait until Friday when the team's back home at this point. And that means they got to – I imagine Jeremiah Jackson is playing tonight, but I imagine that he's going to be the guy out.
You think so?
I mean, it's really him or Ryan Mountcastle.
You don't think Kobe Mayo is on the bubble?
I don't think Kobe's on the bubble.
Though,
here's what I would say. Kobe's got options remaining.
Right.
So I could also see the argument of, hey, go on down and get hot, and then we'll bring you back up. Right. I could see that as an excuse.
Yeah. I mean, Masson today showed a pretty remarkable stat that we had like 4 guys in the top 8 in all of baseball, in terms of just trying to figure out how to word this in terms of how did they have in the graphic in terms of other teams throwing off speed pitches to our guys. Like, for example, Colton Cowser is number 1 in baseball for seeing off speed pitches. It's something like 45% of the pitches thrown to Colton Cowser are off speed pitches.
And he just can't hit him.
And he can't hit him. And Gunnar Henderson's on that list. And Colton Cowser was on that list. And Dylan Beavers was on that list. And I think maybe Adley Rutschman was the other guy on that list. So all young Oriole players on that list in terms of just seeing a ton of off-speed pitches. Maybe Kobe Mayo's on that list too. I don't know. So that's something Colton Cowser needs to figure out. How to hit off-speed pitching. That's something this team is going to see a whole lot more of. The off-speed pitches, there's a connection to that and all the strikeouts as well. Like we need to figure this out.
Can you explain to me Colton Cowser, Dylan Beavers, center field? I always thought Dylan Beavers had speed and could cover center field. But then he had that game where on Saturday night where he could not get to the ball twice. Yeah. Is that a real knock against Beavers, or was it bad luck? What happened there?
I don't know. I think it might be, because the question is, if Colton Cowser continues to struggle, who's going to play center field?
Yeah, and Dylan Beavers is at his plate appearances are good.
Right. He's a good plate experience, and he does seem to have speed too. Like not elite speed, but good speed. Yeah. So it's kind of, I agree. It's kind of weird. But I think from what I've seen of Taylor Ward, or certainly O'Neill, like they're not equipped to play center field. Leody Taveras, I think, is good, but I don't think can continue offensively enough to be an everyday center fielder.
You don't want him in your lineup every day.
Yeah. So I mean, I know people are kind of tired of Colton Cowser, but it's also what he brings defensively. But he's also not an elite center fielder. He's almost playing out of position a little bit. Like he should be playing left field. And so, I think that
he feels like a left fielder.
This could turn into kind of to a glaring hole at center field. But maybe at the trade deadline, we can trade for a Cedric Mullins or something. The trade deadline. Who knows?
How's Cedric doing down in Tampa? Do you know?
I don't know, but this Anthony Nunez kid, who we got in the trade for Cedric Mullins from the Mets, reliever Anthony Nunez, he looks pretty good.
Awesome. He's been
really I like this kid, kind of out of nowhere. And it's been a little fun watching these no names and seeing like Rico Garcia, I think has been pretty good. Anthony Nunez has been good. Tyler Wells actually struggled a little bit. I'm sorry, we were talking about offense. I just jumped right into the bullpen, but
it's all right.
It's kind of interesting watching these unknowns come up in key spots and try to kind of prove their spots. It feels almost like spring training in the bullpen as you have all these young, unproven pitchers trying to show that they belong here.
It definitely feels a little bit like, with the pitchers. I will say Cedric Mullins currently has a batting average of 132.
Okay, so he would fit well in this
with
line.
38 plate appearances. So, no, I believe that means that Colton Cowser has a better batting average now than Cedric Mullins.
Yeah, so it could be worse.
Yes. It could be worse. All right, so that's a standoff. That's things that kind of stand out to us about this lineup. We're happy with the order. We see progress. We see things to be excited about. Worried about Pete and Gunnar. I mean,
I'm not worried about Pete and Gunnar. I'm just dreaming when Taylor Ward, if he is playing the way he's playing, if Adley continues to play the way that he plays, combine that with Gunnar and Pete actually playing how they're capable of, I mean, that's a juggernaut of a first 4 that a team needs to get through. And then the young players, Basallo and Mayo, I'm a little concerned about them. I want to see what they can do. And then Cowser as well. Like I think that's something to watch through the course of this season or the course of the next month or so. And then in the meantime, I think I've been really impressed with the depth in terms of the roster positioning offensively with Jeremiah Jackson, Blaze Alexander, Leody Taveras, even O'Neill. I like the depth that we had. So offensively, so I feel like that's a strength of this team. I'm going to be even stronger when Jackson Holiday comes back.
All right. Well, let's talk about next. We talked about the lineup. Let's talk about the starting pitching, the rotation.
Yeah.
The huge bright spot is Trevor Rogers. Trevor Rogers, what's his ERA now? 138. 138 with 13 innings pitched. So 2 starts.
Yeah. He's pitching like he did last year.
He fell right back into with the whole, can he do it again? He clearly can. It looks like.
Yeah. Yeah. Now there has been, especially in that first start, some traffic. There's been a good amount of traffic. They're getting hits. He's walked some guys. So I feel like but Trevor Rogers kind of always, even last year, one of the reasons I think people thought this can't last is he toes the line a little bit and he doesn't strike out a ton of guys. So a lot of these elite starters, when people talk about Skubal and Grosche and all these and Garrett Cole and Paul Skeens, it's usually high strikeout numbers.
Yeah,
Trevor Rogers is not high strikeout numbers, right? No. He doesn't strike you out. He just gets weak contact after weak contact, and so he's continued to do that the season though. So yeah, Trevor Rogers certainly is a bright spot. And I mean, our starters have 2 wins, Josh, from our starting pitchers, and they're both
to Trevor Rogers. Yeah. So Trevor Rogers, clear bright spot. Let's see who's next in the rotation. Kyle Bradish.
Yeah, that's a little concerning.
Yeah, he's
2 bad starts.
Yeah, he had 2 bad starts. 2 starts, 8.2 innings. He has a 6.23 ERA. What happened to Kyle Bradish?
Yeah, I mean, and the first game, okay, only pitched 4 innings. He only gave up, I think, 2 hits in that game. Had some walks, so it was okay.
But his pitch count got up fast.
Yeah, and the Pittsburgh game, that's the one that got ugly. Another 4 innings, gave up a bunch of runs. I think they're keeping the pitch count down again intentionally with him because still coming back from not pitching a full season last year. So there might be some of that. But those are two not great offenses. And so that's part of the concern too, is these are 2 not good offenses that touched him up for some runs.
But the strikeouts were still there. He still got the swing and misses. He's still over a strikeout an inning.
Right. So his stuff is still good. I think, I think Coach Albie talked about, or Manager Albie talked about the fastball location. The walks, right, are concerning. I think he has 6 walks.
Yeah. Let's see. He has currently, where's walks? Yeah, he has 6 walks.
Yeah, 6 walks. But at the same innings is wild, Josh. That's
true. That's true. Because Rogers has 5, but he's done 13 innings.
Right. And again, that's too high too. But you would think like Kyle Bradish can figure that out. Like his stuff is good enough. So he's still getting the swing and misses. He's still getting the strikeouts. I think he'll figure out the fastball location. I think the walks will go down. So I'm still optimistic and high on Kyle Bradish, even if it's been a rocky 2 starts.
Yeah. What's interesting is Bradish's pitch per start is averaging at 82 pitches per start, but he's only lasting like 4 innings a start. Where Trevor Rogers is at 89 innings per start, and he's going 6 innings.
Right. And this is part 2 why Trevor Rogers in some ways has a unique advantage of not getting strikeouts, but getting weak contact.
Okay, yes.
Because he's not going deep into counts, trying to strike people out. He's trying to get you on the 3rd pitch. And few pitchers do that. And I think national pundits and people in the media, I think they poo-poo that because they want to see strikeouts. But, there's some advantages of going deep into games and producing weak contact and throwing less pitches per inning.
I just want to see outs.
Yep.
All right. Next up would be, is it Shane Baz? I think would be the third game, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. His last start against Pittsburgh, really good stuff. High 90s fastball, even throws high 90s late into the game.
Yeah.
I really like what I've seen with Shane Baz. I don't know about you. I think he's got really good stuff. I know
I want
like
to
the
see
wins aren't there, and you like to see him get deeper in the game. All that's
Yeah.
fine, but the stuff looks really good to me.
Yeah, he's not getting deep enough into games, and that means the games aren't being locked up. 3.27 ERA, not too bad for 2 starts, especially when they're both losses. So
Yeah, and we'll see when he builds up because they always the first start they limit him anyway. I'm curious to see his next start.
How much pressure on Shane Baz by signing him with an extension before his first start?
Josh, did we ever even talk about his extension on here?
No, that's what I was just wondering. I don't think we have, right?
Yeah, I don't think we have either. How do you think about your thoughts on the Orioles decisions?
You know what? We haven't, because they made the announcement the day after opening day, on that off day.
That's right. So what are your thoughts on the Orioles choosing to not extend Gunnar Henderson or Trevor Rogers?
No.
And instead extending Shane Baz.
What?
I'm just asking the question. I'm asking the question.
No. You are too smart to fall for that. If they could sign Gunnar Henderson for a 5-year deal like this, they would.
I know they're like okay, sign Trevor Rogers next. Trevor Rogers how many guys who are having a great year sign extensions on the final year of their deal?
Right, exactly.
When they're having a great year. There's no incentive for Trevor Rogers to sign an extension.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
even that, there's no motivation for him. Just wait.
And the Shane Baz deal, 5 years, $68 million. If he's our 4th starter, that's not bad. That's not bad numbers either. And as prices go up, it's not a bad contract. It's a pretty good contract for the Orioles, no matter where he is in the rotation.
Well, yeah, assuming it's like here's why it seems like a win-win to me. He's not making any money this year because he's still in the really early arbitration.
Yes.
Years. So this gives them a lot more guaranteed money now, and as opposed to no guaranteed money after this year. And he has a pretty extensive history from being drafted of being hurt a lot. Like he's been injured a lot. And so this gives him, he could, his arm could fall off tomorrow and he's still guaranteed all his money. And so his motivation seems to make sense. I've been hurt a lot. I'm not making very much money now. Here's sounds out of line. I get money now and I get it guaranteed. So the motivation for him makes sense. And that's the risk we're taking by signing a pitcher who has a past being injured.
Yeah.
So that's the risk we're taking. But it seems like a very safe, makes sense on both sides kind of risk. I think the Orioles are optimistic he can be a number 2 starter, but you're right, for that price tag, we'll take him as a number 4 starter.
It's about $12 million a year. Right now, Dean Kramer signed this January for $6 million a year.
Oh, yeah.
So,
if he was on the free agent market, it's wild. Like, part of this is because you're buying out some arbitration years. Yeah.
Yes, correct. But it's it's a great move for the Orioles. And I hope they continue all season to extend players. We all want Gunnar Henderson extended. That's a ton of money. I think the Orioles actually are going to do it. I think they're going to figure it out. Because I think you need it for your reputation. I think you need to show that you can do it. And there's no one else that can fill that void. And you don't want to be, well, that's the team that let Manny go, and now they're letting Gunnar go. You could maybe Jackson Holiday with an extension, but Jackson Holiday's no Gunnar Henderson at the moment.
Yeah, and I think you need it too, just from a logistical standpoint in your bullpen. I mean, you can't keep on doing this 1-year deal like we're doing this year with Bassett and Eflin. We did it last year.
No, you need
with
to know.
Morton. You need to have some stability there. And at the end of this year, right, Zach Eflin is going to be a free agent. Chris Bassett, I guess he has an option maybe. Zach Eflin.
Yeah, I think there's an option.
Chris Bassett's going to be a free agent. And then if you look at Kyle Bradish,
we're going to
has
having the
a couple
same
more
discussion.
years and he becomes a free agent. Yeah.
We'll be having the same discussion in November that we had last November of sign an ace. Go get a guy. A guy.
Oh, and Trevor Rogers, like this is it for him too. So
I would love a Trevor Rogers extension. I just don't know how you get it done with how he's performing. The only way you get it done is if he gets hurt. If he's a Tommy John candidate, then you get it done.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're not getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, he's making $6 million this year. and is going to be a free agent. I mean,
Right.
and he is, if he continues to pitch like he does now, he's going to get all the money in the world.
He is. And,
I guess the only, and I don't know who else is in the free agent market. I know hopefully Scooble will be out there, so maybe everyone will be so distracted by Scooble that we can get Trevor Rogers for less than Scooble. But
yeah, hopefully we've already started with Rogers of, hey, you shall Baz.
Yeah,
we saved your career. How do we get you? How do we get you here?
Yeah, it seems like maybe Kyle Bradish is doable if you wanted to do that.
Yes,
I don't know if you want to do that.
Coming off the Tommy John, I want to see a little more.
Yeah, and Gunnar Henderson feels a little bit too close to free agency now. I feel like almost you missed that window.
Yeah, but Gunnar. I also feel that you're going to have to overpay Gunnar because you missed that window. But I don't think you can let Gunnar go. I think you don't. I don't think you can afford to. We talked plenty during the offseason about how the Orioles have hurt their fan base this offseason. And you're seeing it with attendance as you predicted. And you're seeing it with the fan response. Now, winning cures all. So they start winning and it'll cure all that stuff. And people will show up and there'll be excitement about the team again. But I don't think this fan base is ready to go through losing Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, but Josh, the counterpoint, if we have, I mean, this year's off to a rough start. If we have another 2024 season or 2025 season this year, doesn't that seem to start to say, well, maybe the way this team's constructed is not working? So let's not just re-sign everybody. We're going to need to start making some tough decisions, right?
That would be the argument.
And Gunnar might be at the center of that. We can get a bunch of prospects for Gunnar. We can retool this thing.
You know, all right, now you.
I don't want to go whole rebuild, but I'm just saying.
No. You sound like, when you go with that attitude, you sound like Raven fans, and then you also sound like the guys who are on online now saying, "Hey, remember, these aren't the young kids anymore. Gunnar and Adley and Colton, they've been up here a few years. They are now veterans, and this isn't acceptable anymore."
But isn't that true though, Josh?
It's all true. Yeah, it's all true. It's not acceptable.
And if it's not going to work this year, after signing Ward and Alonso, if it's not going to work this year, then I think you need to really rethink the way this team's constructed.
I think if you
this is a conversation down the road, but
But I don't think this fan base can go through losing Gunnar Henderson because the young adults who are Oriole fans now, as kids, they lost Manny Machado. And if they now lose Gunnar Henderson also.
But they got Chris Davis.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't think that would be something you'd want to do to the fan base where you're already struggling to sell season tickets and all.
Okay.
Especially when you're looking down the road at expansion and stuff and not losing that Nashville market. I mean, no team gets hurt as bad during expansion teams as Baltimore, it seems.
I'm sure we'll have a good TV deal if that happens, where they'll compensate us in some kind of massive deal.
And then 15 years later, take all the money back.
Yeah, take us to court for a decade.
Yeah.
And then take most of the money into court. Yeah, and then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just don't think as a fan base you really want to do that. All right, but we were going through the rotation.
Yeah, sorry. I got distracted. So we went through Bradish, Baz, Rogers.
So next up is Chris Bassett.
Oh my gosh. Josh, is this I mean, I know everyone is saying Charlie Morton 2.0.
But it's
pretty reminiscent. Pretty reminiscent. I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
I thought it was different.
Now, 14.21 ERA. Really, really bad day on, was that Saturday or Sunday? When was that?
It was Easter. It was
Easter. That was Easter.
Disaster.
That was Easter.
Just like Charlie Morton's Easter disaster.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe
we shouldn't play on Easter anymore.
No, we should just crucify Chris Bassett.
No, stop. No, we as a country don't respect religious holidays enough. We should take off Easter. I mean, kids go to school on Good Friday and have to go to school on Monday. Isn't that outrageous, Josh?
Not here. They had Good Friday off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, here they had to go to school Good Friday. What about the Monday after Easter? They go to school?
Yeah, they went to school today.
All right.
Chris Bassett has lasted 6 innings total.
With one start, that's not bad.
That would be 2 starts.
No, okay.
He has gone 6.1. He has given up 12 hits, 10 runs, walked 6 guys. He only has 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, it looks like it can't get anybody out.
And 81 pitches. So he's pitches per start. So he's still getting all his pitches in. He just can't get anyone out.
Yeah, like he's a gamer. He'll go out there and he'll continue to throw even though he stinks. But yeah, and again, this was his terrible game on Sunday was against Pittsburgh, right? It's not
right.
I mean, it's not the Yankees here, right? It's not the Dodgers. It's Pittsburgh. You shouldn't give up that many home runs, or that many runs against the Pittsburgh team. So yeah, it's 2 bad starts. Now, the frustrating thing is the starts are so bad that it's hard to even stay competitive, right? Like the Pittsburgh game, the game was over in the 2nd inning.
It was,
and at least like give your team a chance to stay competitive. So how many uncompetitive appearances can you put up with Chris Bassitt for? And I mean, one would argue the leash was way too long with Charlie Morton, but we have some better options this time around. So we don't need to have a long leash with Chris Bassitt, but we also are paying him a good amount of money.
Yeah, I think it can stand arrest him with Chris Bassitt because of the Zach Eflin injury. Means he bought himself a little bit more time.
Yeah, but we still have some good guys. I mean, you mentioned Trey Gibson, Dean Kramer.
Well, today
we
put Brandon Young on the mound, and I know it's the White Sox, but he went 5. Pittsburgh. He went 5 scoreless innings, so that deserves another start. You would think.
Well, yeah. Well, and Zach Eflin not here, so he'll get another start.
Yeah, exactly. Like that deserves for him to hold down that 5th slot.
Yeah.
I mean, Bassett's getting at least 2 more starts.
You think so? Povich is now on the team. Do you think? I think he's on the tax squad. Maybe. Do you think he pitched well the other day? Do you think you swap the roles of Bassitt and Povich? Is there any temptation to make Povich the starter and put Bassitt as long relief until he figures stuff out?
I think you have to. I think you have to figure out why Chris Bassitt's so bad. And I think if it was something obvious, then you would have sent him on the IL for 15 days after that start on Sunday. Yeah. So I think they're trying to figure out what to do with Chris Bassitt because they know he should be better than that. And he has to be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. We were singing the praises of the 2 veteran leaders, Alonso and Bassitt. And like props to them. I'm sure they're great clubhouse guys and veteran leaders, but they haven't produced yet. So still waiting.
Well, and at some point you have to produce, and you can't be the one like talking a big game, but then not showing up.
Yeah,
you can't be the guy to be like,
guys, you can be a
bench
coach or a manager. Yeah,
right. You can't say, guys, we got to take this serious, and then walk 4 guys. You can't do it.
Right. And so there could be a little bit of, I think this happens in sports a lot, of like trying too hard. Right. I think that happens a lot in sports where
especially
if you
on
try
your
too hard,
first
you
start,
struggle.
Your first start with a new team.
Yeah,
totally understand that.
And you're a veteran, you're a leader, so there's like you're putting more pressure on yourself, and that could actually lead to bad results. And
that's why I forgave some of Shane Baz's first start, because I can't imagine the extra pressure he feels after that contract and first start in Baltimore to show up.
Yeah. So, all right. So yeah, Chris Bassitt, I think he's got a few more starts in him, and but we're certainly going to watch him and see how he performs. And but we're concerned there, but we'll see. You also, I mean, whenever you talk about Chris Bassitt, the reason the Charlie Morton comparisons come up is because he's 37 as well, right? He's not, and he's not young, so you would expect his stuff to decline. But
he was sold to us exactly like Charlie Morton, an old guy, nothing flashy, but he's an inning eater. Well, this guy's not eating any innings.
Right. You got to get outs to eat innings. You can't. Yes. I mean, he can throw 100 pitches, but you got to get outs if you want to pitch past the 2nd inning, even with 100 pitches.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. How about
the
bullpen?
Well, we already talked about Eflin as the 5th starter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Eflin pitched 3 innings and went on the IL. So he looked good for those 3 innings.
His stuff looked really good.
But it did.
Disappointing.
The second doctor really concerns me, or the second opinion.
Yeah. But an opportunity for Brandon Young. And certainly
is,
made the
and
most
he's
of it today.
stepped up today. Yeah.
Yeah, and and watch Dean Kramer and Trey Gibson in the minors, and we'll see what happens with Kapovich. But we have some options there too. So I think like this team is positioned better than previous teams to withstand an injury to certain pitching, as long as it's not Kyle Bradish, Trevor Rogers. I think because we don't have a replacement for a 1 or 2, but we have replacements for a 4 or 5 starter. Like
I need Shane Baz to stay healthy too. Let's keep the top 3.
All right, top 3.
I'm all right with rotating 4 and 5.
All right. Deal.
All right.
Now we get to the bullpen.
Yeah, bright spots in the bullpen.
Well, we talked about it before when we talked about the bullpen. Anthony Nunez, seems to have some really good stuff.
He does,
but he lacks experience.
Yes, but he's not the guy. He's not the flashy guy in the bullpen for me. The guy that's the most fun to watch.
Really? Who you going with?
Rico.
Oh, Rico Garcia.
Yeah, Rico. He hasn't let up a run yet. He's pitched in 4 games. Yeah.
Okay.
4 games, 3.2 innings.
Yeah.
And he has let up no hits. Nothing.
Yeah.
His stuff has been filthy.
Yeah. I like Nunez. I like Garcia. I like Helsley. I know he lost that tied game for us, but he throws hard. I like Helsley.
And I feel like Beavers could have caught one of those.
Yeah. And I feel like he's a legit closer. So I like Helsley. So I think those are.
Yeah. Seems like a closer. You're right.
Yeah. He's done it before. So Nunez, Garcia, I think I need to see more of them in tight, high leverage spots if they can hold up. But certainly good starts for Nunez and Garcia, and Helsley seems good. So I feel good about that.
Even Albert Suarez coming in, holding his own. I thought he did pretty good for 3 innings.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, I feel like he's 50 years old, but maybe he's not that old. I think he's a good veteran. He's fine.
36 years old.
Oh, he's younger than Bassett. All right, I take it back. Josh, I haven't been impressed with Tyler Wells.
No, Tyler Wells is on my list of negatives for the bullpen.
Yeah.
And we keep giving him opportunities. He's pitched 4.2 innings, 5.79 ERA. I know the Orioles brought him in again tonight, and he did all right. What I saw 1 inning, and he was in there pitching and got us through the inning. But for a guy who was a guy that we felt like was on the bubble for starting, and a guy that we argued had the stuff for the back end of the bullpen, we haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, he doesn't look sharp, and that has me a little concerned. Hopefully, it can figure it out. You wonder about. He's been so good in his short stint as starter, and he's done the bullpen thing before, so it just made sense. But hopefully, he can figure things out.
Are you concerned about Yenier Cano at all?
You know, it's interesting. It seems like already in the high leverage situations, they're turning to Nunez and maybe even Garcia. Yes. And certainly if it's a lefty, Wolfram against lefties more than Cano. I'm a little bit surprised with the usage of Cano. And I'm curious to see if that it extends going forward. But we were a little, I thought he was on the bubble to even make the roster after struggling last year. So
yeah, I was concerned.
I need to see more. I need to see more of Cano.
Well, then that's my concern is I was concerned with Cano the second half of last year. And from what I've seen so far, it looks about the same as the second half of last year.
Yeah.
And not the lights out, stare you down guy we've had in the past.
Yeah. So, I'm curious to see if he can continue to produce strikeouts, if he can continue to produce ground balls, because that's what he should be producing, strikeouts and ground balls all day. So yes. I need to see. I haven't seen enough of him this year. I want to see more Cano.
Agreed. All right. That takes care of the Orioles roster.
Well, and just real quick.
Yes.
With the Keegan Aiken injury, with the bullpen, and we have a lefty specialist with Keegan Aiken out.
Right.
And now actually with Dietrich Enns, now they think about it, with Dietrich Enns also having
I forgot. He just
foot infection
down with the foot.
In terms of lefty bullpen, I know we brought up Kapovich, but really, in terms of high leverage bullpen lefties,
It's
it's Grant
Povich.
Wolfram. No, it's Grant Wolfram.
Okay.
And Grant Wolfram, I feel like in these key spots at the end against lefties, it seems to me he's pitched well so far this year, but he seems a little bit in over his head to be the guy coming in all these key situations.
He's
as
a little,
lefties. I think we're missing
Wolfram,
Keegan Aiken as that lefty back in the bullpen
maybe.
guy.
Wolfram is tough to figure out because he's got strikeouts. He gets his outs by strikeouts. The problem is he lets up a lot of hits and runs in between those strikeouts.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, he's another guy who doesn't have a much of a track record in the major leagues. And so he's kind of a veteran minor leaguer. So he's good. I feel like there's a bunch of these guys.
Yes.
Good he's getting an opportunity, but I don't know if he's ready for be the 8th inning guy or 7th inning guy when you're facing a couple elite left-handed hitters. I don't know if he's that guy yet, but we'll see. I mean, I think I hurry up Keegan Aiken. Grant Wolfram's doing an okay job so far, but I think Keegan Aiken's an upgrade there whenever he comes back.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's good for him that Aiken's hurt because he gets this opportunity to show that he can kind of pitch in that role and keep his job there. Oh, your boy Rico Garcia is in the game tonight in the 8th inning.
He just
look at that, another key spot, right? This is a hold situation, 2 runs up in the 8th.
Rico.
Turn to Rico. You don't turn to Tyler Wells. You don't turn to Tyler Wells. You don't turn to Cano. Isn't it interesting? You turn to Rico Garcia.
Because, I hope it's a pattern of not sticking with a guy, but going constantly with the hot hand. I love that move from the bullpen. I think you should always go with the hot hand and not be like, oh, this guy's our 7th inning guy. This is our 8th inning guy. No, you put Rico out there because he's your best guy out of the bullpen right now. And you need to get down this heart of the lineup. That's what Rico's there for.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, not a long track record. I mean, he had 9 holds last year. And
no, that's why I'm saying it's not a track record thing. It's a hot hand thing.
Yeah.
And I like that. All right, outside of the roster, are you jealous that all this new stuff went into Camden Yards and we haven't been able to make it up yet?
It looks good. Looks good, Josh.
It all looks good.
Nice.
And I hear I hear the sound system's good. You can actually hear things.
Don't think you have trouble finding a seat or a ticket either.
No, plenty of seats. Plenty of
seats. You can do that.
You can do that 3rd in and move around. No problem.
Yeah.
And last thing I had on my list was the ABS system. What do you think of it so far?
What do I think of it so far? I'm a little bit torn with it. Here's what I like about it, and I was telling everybody. No one listened to me. I was telling everybody there is people were like the critics of it were like, oh, it's going to slow down the game. It's going to take away from the game.
It has gotten the crowd into it.
That's what I told everybody. I said, you haven't been to a minor league game.
Yes.
When there's a close call and everybody turns to the board and there's like almost nothing more exciting than an ump getting a ball overturned for a strike 3 strikeout. It's one of the more exciting moments when you go to a live game. It doesn't feel the same on TV. Live, though, it's compelling on that new huge Orioles jumbo screen to see a call overturned in your favor. It's a crowd exciter.
What's great about it is they don't tell the umpire ahead of time. So there's not a call and then we show you why. It's hey, let's all look at this at the same time together and see what the play is.
Yeah,
the fans find out at the same time as the play.
Quick.
It's fast. It's great.
Yeah,
I love it. Now, what I don't and I love how they've measured all the players, so there's no real argument. Like it's nailed down. Like the strike zone's the strike zone. Love all that.
Yeah,
I am at the same time, as much as I love the ABS, I now want it expanded to just all pitches are ABS. And let the umpire just be told in his ear, ball, strike, and they relay it. Because there's no need to show up the umpires. Let's get the call right all the time.
It'll never happen. It'll never happen.
I don't want a game to come down to game strategy of whether or not to challenge, when I'd rather just have the call right.
I disagree. I like the strategy. I also think, I don't think that'll ever happen because the catching position would go away. Like that whole skill of catching and would go
the
away
pitch
of
framing.
framing pitches. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think there is something to the art of, the umpire's calling inside fastball. So can you kind of inch the ball a little bit into the inside to get away with the strike there? And oh no, it's a hair. Like it annoys me.
There it is.
Like obvious calls overturned, I'm all about it. Obvious calls. I mean, we saw the World Baseball Classic. One of those games end on a terrible low strike call. And so, but like it's kind of like when someone, and there was a moment where a White Sox player stole second base tonight, and we challenged and overturned the call because when he slid on second, his leg popped up a millimeter, and we tagged him. And that feels like against the spirit of he really stole the base. Okay, so bumped up, and that feels like the ABS. Are we nitpicky here? Does it take something away? So I'm a little bit concerned about that part of the game.
You kind of convinced me with the pitch framing and with pitchers and catchers having to work strategy with how the ump is calling the game.
Yes. And hitters have to adjust, and pitchers have to adjust.
Got me with, if we're straight ABS, then you're just going to teach a guy to be a machine and always hit that spot and not work around the spots and not work with the umpire. So you got me there, and I'm starting to come around a little bit on the strategy. Because
I like the strategy.
Well, I feel like when we went DH across the board, we lost that beautiful manager aspect of how to manage your lineup construction and when to call in a pinch hitter for your pitcher and all that the National League had. That made the National League so much fun. And now we've got even though the manager can't make the call to challenge it, he definitely gives them permission or not and controls it and talks to the teams. There's no way they're not going up there knowing, hey, this is a tight spot, challenge if you think you got it.
Oh yeah, but Josh,
yes.
that might be fine. I think Kobe Mayo has challenged a couple of ones, got him wrong.
Yeah, Kobe Mayo maybe shouldn't have the green light.
Yeah, and maybe Auburn has told him he doesn't have the green light. But if you're up there and you feel like you just got screwed, I might tap my head even without permission because it's just like a gut reaction. Oh no, that's not right. Tap.
And I can't wait to see that happen at Little League. I can't wait to see Little Leaguers just do it for fun. Like I don't like that call. And start tapping. No one is not going to do anything, but just a slight way to show up the ump. And I'm excited for that. Yeah.
So I like it for the most part. I also think, I mean, we talked about Adley Rutschman has a good eye to start the year. There's value in knowing the strike zone. And this seems to like encourage and promote knowing the strike zone, right? So you can challenge. You can only challenge if you have a really good understanding of what a ball and a strike is. And that seems like a good skill to have. And you're rewarding that skill with the ABS system. So I kind of like that too. And people who don't know the difference between a ball and a strike kind of get screwed over because they don't know when to challenge.
Yeah, and you know what? They made a whole big deal about how they're not going to show the strike zone on TV anymore or whatever because they're worried about cheating. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't notice it from the TV broadcast. It's still, they show it like a little right after the pitch. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't care.
In fact, I think I prefer it.
We lived for years without it.
Looking like a video game.
Yeah. It seems like, Josh, in terms of big baseball decisions, all of baseball does, all they do is hit home runs, right? It seems like every decision they made recently, whether it's the extra inning rule, whether it's the larger bases, certainly the pitch clock, now the ABS system, it seems like, for a while they were afraid to tweak with stuff. Now they're tweaking stuff, and it all seems to be working well and for the betterment of the game of baseball. Leading, I know that it hasn't shown up with Orioles attendance, but overall it seems like popularity of baseball is on the rise.
It does. And I know people complain, if the one thing I hear people complain about that baseball got it wrong is how the games are on all the different streaming networks. So sometimes you don't know where the game is, whether it's on Peacock or Netflix or Apple TV. And where it is. Yeah. And those people just got to get over it because that's just like when we were growing up.
That's the nature of sports right now. That's sports
now. And it's just, and everyone complains, well, it wasn't like this growing up. Yeah, it was. It was called cable TV, and you just didn't know what channel it was on, whether it was Fox or TBS or where it was. We had the exact same thing, but now it's apps.
Well, and I tell you,
Get
Yeah,
over
it
it.
does feel. I mean, even like the Oscars is moving to YouTube TV in a few years, right?
Well,
But
that's because no one watches it.
that's not true. The ratings are
Yeah, it is.
still
No, it's
better
not.
than
The ratings are in the dump.
okay.
More people
I don't.
go to
I don't know.
Oriole.
I don't know about Oscar rating numbers. I'm not getting this discussion.
I think more people go to Oriole games than watch the Oscars.
But the reality of it is, I get frustrated having to pay for all of these streaming channels. But the reality of it is, our parents were paying more for cable, honestly, than I'm paying to stream these 3 or 4 separate things
Yeah,
I'm
it was.
streaming and
Yes.
canceling. So I'm not. I mean, people who do cable are paying over $100 for cable. I'm
Right.
not doing that with the streaming.
So this Friday, here's your heads up. This Friday, the Oriole game is on Apple TV.
So I can't watch it on the MLB app.
It's as easy to find as any of the other games. Just get your mindset right. And I don't want to hear you complain about where's the game? Why is it on Apple TV?
I don't have Apple TV, Josh. Will they give me a
Deal
free?
with it.
Will they give me a free trial?
I think they give you a free month or something.
Okay.
Let's see. The Orioles are on Apple TV this Friday, and then they're also on it on when? May 22nd. They're smart. See what they're doing there? They put you down April 10th and then May 22nd, so your free trial is going to expire before game 2. They're gonna get you. You're gonna have to pay that $7.
You know who got me recently? Is Fox One got me because I signed up for a. No. HBO got me with the March Madness, but the Fox One got me with the World Baseball Classic because they gave you a 7-day free trial. Yes. And the World Baseball Classic was like 13 days.
I know,
so I got all the way to like the quarterfinals. Like, well, crap, now I have to pay to get the quarterfinals.
Yes.
I watch all these pointless games.
Thankfully, YouTube TV had FS1 for me, so I was okay.
All right.
But yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, and March Madness got better because all you needed was HBO and Paramount. You didn't need the TBS, the TNT, because it was all on
It got a little
HBO.
easier.
Yeah,
correct.
Some of the stuff a little easier. Yeah. But it is. I don't know. I think, especially if you grew up watching TV a different way, I get the complaining about all the streaming. I get it.
I get it for the older people. The younger people, you're just cheap and annoying. Now, I will say at the same time, MLB TV, an amazing product. It's always the best product. They've always been ahead of the game with streaming, but it's time to have 0 blackouts. I don't care if the game's on Apple TV. I should still be able to watch it in the MLB app because I pay you.
Yeah. And that's how it is. I watch, I'm really into the Atlanta Hawks season. They're having a great season. And even when their game is on ESPN and NBC, they're still on their local Hawks network too.
Exactly. And that's how it should be. And I know it's like TV, they sign these 20-year TV contracts, so things got to expire and all. And we'll get there eventually. But that's how it should be.
Yeah. And it seems like with baseball and basketball and hockey, it's reasonable. And maybe it's just the nature of the sport where you watch, there's just so many games. But it seems like it's reasonable to get these streaming services. Football, the one that still seems a bit unreasonable.
Football's
the amount of money it costs to watch a football game.
Football is ridiculous.
And how they limit the options of how you can
watch it. Baseball, if you want to watch just the Orioles,
yes,
and you want to watch all the Oriole games, it's $99.
Yeah.
Or you can get all of Major League Baseball for like $150.
Yeah. And NBA is similar. NBA is similar. I think I pay.
Those are great.
Yeah, it's a similar price for NBA. Yeah.
Yeah. Football just has to get out of their own way.
Yeah. It's silly. And there should be a way to just watch all Ravens games or something, right?
There should be. There won't be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard Dana White, the president of the UFC, talk about this because they recently made a deal with Paramount. Okay. I believe it's Paramount or HBO, one of those, same company.
You know what you can also do with these streaming services? I just did with Paramount is I got the Paramount for the Olympics.
Yes.
And then I went to cancel Paramount and I was paying $10 a month. And they said you can keep Paramount for
Peacock.
I think
Peacock was the Olympics.
Yeah, Peacock. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
They said you can keep Peacock, the NBC. You can keep Peacock for $2.99 for the next 6 months or something. So sometimes when you go to cancel,
good deals.
They'll get you a lesser price. Anyway, you were saying about Dana White.
Well,
and
Dana
Paramount.
White said they recently made this deal with Paramount, and they said
That makes more sense, Paramount, for
Yeah.
Dana White.
and
yeah.
they said what politically CBS.
Oh yeah, politically it makes
Yeah,
more
yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. No, but he was saying what they finally made the deal because there was so much people stealing the pay-per-views that it wasn't they weren't making money and they were getting all this bad rap and people were just stealing pay-per-views, so they've just made a deal with Paramount where now they're making more money than ever with these monthly fees, and that's what I think the NFL is going to have to do. Is the NFL is going to hit that point where more people are stealing games than watching them on broadcast TV. And they're going to be like, well, we just got to fix this and give a reasonable price to make it so it's not worth stealing.
Yeah.
Because what's great with NFL is you pay all that money for the Sunday ticket and you still have to watch commercials and all the same commercials.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's ridiculous.
They're getting their money.
All right.
Are you trying to delay the end of the show with the end of the Orioles game?
No, I'm saying quick. Let's end the show before. Oh my!
Pete Alonso just made an unbelievable play down first base line.
Yeah, and it's not just that it was a great play; it's the situation, right? There's two runners on.
It's a situation. 2 runners
There's
on.
no outs.
2-0.
If that gets past him, we're talking about a tie baseball game.
Exactly.
Here. But he stops it and gets an out, and so now there's runners on second and third. I kind of want to end the show, so if things get ugly, we don't have to talk about it live here.
Yeah, so we're not. Yeah, we've had a good show. I don't know how I feel about ending the show with us angry that the Orioles fell apart again.
Yeah, it looks like a packed house in Chicago too. Wonder if that's a sellout. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
Open seats everywhere.
Is there? Well, they do the. Well, it's cold. Look at all the winter coats and blankets. It's cold in Chicago. I know that I've now become like sensitive to the cold, and because I've adjusted to this Florida weather, where it's like it was 70 degrees outside today, so I turned on my heated seats. That's silly, but I've adapted. But
I'm the same way. It was like 60, cold. And I'm bundled up in a sweatshirt today in the 60s.
Yeah. I'm like, why not? I'm in shorts and t-shirt, but I've got the heated seats on because it's nice to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So
all right. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I guess we're just going to end Let's hope the Orioles win.
I mean, this is a great sports Monday. I can't believe we're doing the podcast tonight. I mean, we got the national championship on. Of course, my Hawks are playing the Knicks, and then we got this game. I got to go watch some sports after this.
All right,
let's get out of here. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. Like us on Apple Podcasts. I mean, leave us 5 stars and a review. Yep. Follow us on all your social media platforms, including Twitter at Section336 for me.
And at Josh Soroka, and everything is at section336.com.
All right. Thanks for listening, boys and girls. And as always, go O's.